Every year, Redfin releases its housing market predictions article for the upcoming year. So in this week's video, I'll be reacting to Redfin's 2023 housing market predictions. Will I agree or disagree with Redfin? We're about to find out because we're getting started right now. Boom! Hey everybody, it is David, your favorite realtor. As always, you know it, it's another beautiful day right here in Northern Virginia. And if it's your first time here on my channel, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button because every week I release videos what's like to live, work, play, pros and cons, top neighborhoods, cost of living, basically everything that you need to know about living right here in Northern Virginia. So the first thing I want to say is Happy New Year, everybody. Let's have an awesome 2023, and I appreciate all my viewers and subscribers. Let's kill it this year. So Redfin does an awesome job with the housing market predictions article. I literally read it every single December. It's kind of part of my job, but their predictions are for the national housing market. So for the purposes of this video, we're going to relate it to the Northern Virginia housing market because of course this is a Northern Virginia YouTube channel. Also, we're going to compare Redfin's housing market predictions to my housing market predictions. And just so you know, my housing market predictions video came out December 2nd, and this article came out December 6th. So actually my predictions came out first, so you know I'm not cheating for this video. So I'll leave a link to this article in the description. I highly recommend checking it out. So let's get it started right now with Redfin's first 2023 housing market prediction with home sales will fall to their lowest levels since 2011 with a slow recovery in the second half of the year. So basically Redfin is expecting 16% less homes being sold in 2023 compared to 2022. And I can 100% see this prediction happening because buyer demand dropped big time in the second half of 2022. So that caused home sales to be way less compared to 2021. And I can see that trend continuing into 2023. So going back to 2022 with the four major counties right here in Northern Virginia with Fairfax, Loudoun, Arlington, and Prince William County, there are a little bit over 30,000 home sales across the board. Now, if the home sales were to drop here in Northern Virginia by 16%, which is what Redfin predicts, that'll put us right about 25,000 home sales, which would be the lowest since 2011. So why can I see a lot less sales happening in 2023 compared to 2022 and especially 2021? Well, obviously, interest rates is a huge factor. They basically doubled since we were at the historic low levels back in 2021. So that's huge on buyers' affordability. And on the flip side, if you're a potential seller with an ultra low rate like 2.5%, 3%, why are you gonna sell and buy the exact same house and pay way more per month? Does not make sense. So there's gonna be a lot less transactions overall. Now, just to clarify, just because there's less transactions overall doesn't mean prices are just gonna plummet. And to prove it to you, literally this happened last year. Home sales dropped by 25% compared to 2021. However, home values still went up 6 to 8% right here in Northern Virginia. So that just shows you, just because sales are down does not mean that home values will drop as well. Now, Redfin's next prediction is mortgage rates will decline, ending the year below 6%. So I 100% agree with this prediction. In fact, this prediction is literally almost identical to my prediction. And just to clarify again, I made my video before they actually released their article. So Redfin predicts by the end of 2023, mortgage rates will be right about 5.8%. In my video that I did a few days before this article came out, I predicted mortgage rates would be about 5.5% by the end of the year. So Redfin and I have very similar predictions when it comes to mortgage rates in 2023. So currently, mortgage rates are on average for a 30-year fix about 6.5%. And in my housing market predictions video, I predicted the first half of 2023 rates will be in the range of 6.5% to 7.5%. And then towards the second half of the year, they'll start dropping, and Redfin agrees with me. So another thing that Redfin says in his article, which I 100% agree, is if inflation cools faster than expected and the job market moderates, rates may decline even sooner. Now, I do personally believe that inflation will have cooled down by the summer, definitely by the fall, because as of right now, we're on track for that to happen. And once inflation is really cooled off, then the Fed will finally drop the rate, which in turn could lead to mortgage rates finally dipping below 6% by the end of the year. Now, the next prediction by Redfin is home prices will post their first year-over-year decline in a decade, but the US will avoid a wave of foreclosures. So as you can see here, Redfin expects home values to drop by 4% year over year compared to 2022, and I 100% agree. This is wild how our predictions are almost identical. In fact, my video came out 2 days before this article came out. I predicted home values would drop anywhere from 1 to 5%. So it's funny how Redfin and I have very similar predictions in terms of mortgage rates and home values in 2023. And you know what? A small pullback is not the end of the world. Now, a major crash, that would definitely be the end of the world. But don't be worried about a small pullback. I personally own 2 houses and I'm not worried about it at all. And if you're looking to buy a home and there's a pullback of 5%, guess what? Now you can buy that house for a little bit less compared to last year. Now, Redfin's next prediction is rents will fall and many Gen Zers and young millennials will continue renting indefinitely. So I agree and disagree with this prediction. So what I do agree with is seeing Gen Zers and young millennials continue to rent. 100% can see that happening. But will that cause rents to fall? I definitely do not agree with that. Now, if less people are buying homes, which is probably going to happen, well, people still need a house. No matter what's going on in the world, the economy, interest rates, if you need a house, you need a house. So if you're not going to buy, guess what? You're going to rent. So I believe that's going to cause more demand in the rental market, which should cause prices to go up. Now, I don't think they'll skyrocket, but they're definitely going to go up. In fact, if I look at a 3-bedroom rental right here in Northern Virginia in the first quarter of 2022, on average, they're renting for $2,700 a month. And if I compare that to the last 60 days of 2022, the same 3-bedroom rental on average is renting for $2,800 a month. So already from the first quarter of the year to the end of the year, it went up $100 per month. Now I believe that same 3-bedroom here in Northern Virginia is gonna hit about $3,000 per month by the end of 2023. Now, again, this article is for the national housing market, so maybe rents do go down nationally, but here in Northern Virginia, I do believe they will rise slightly. Now, Redfin's next prediction is migration from one part of the country to another will ease from the pandemic boom. Now, this I really 100% agree with. I did not tackle this topic during my predictions video, but during 2020 and 2021, during the pandemic, a lot of people were working from home. So that gave them flexibility to live anywhere in the country. And with a lot of the parts of the country under lockdown, people wanted more freedom. So states like Florida and Texas exploded in popularity. 1, they were pretty much open. They didn't have barely any lockdown. 2, very low cost of living. 3, warm climate. And 4, no state income tax. So those states exploded. And a lot of other parts of the country as well exploded in popularity. But now we're here in 2023 and people are starting to go back to the office. So now you actually have to live where you work. So I can definitely see people migrating across the country dropping a lot. However, people moving to Northern Virginia, I think is still gonna be the same because people, they don't really choose to come to Northern Virginia. They're coming here for a career opportunity. And not to mention, Northern Virginia has some of the best career opportunities in the nation. So I think the amount of people relocating here will probably roughly stay the same. So yes, the people moving to other parts of the country will definitely slow down. So I can't wait to December of this year because I'll do a reaction video comparing my predictions, Redfin's predictions, to actually what really happened to see how right we were or how wrong we were. And if you want to learn more about the housing market here in Northern Virginia or what it's like to live right here in Northern Virginia, check out these videos right here. They're gonna be great resources for you. And I'll see you on the next video.